Everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here today to do mini readings for people. So if there's anyone out there who'd like to join me, I'll just give it a minute or two to see who comes in. Hello, Ray. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. I'll just hang on for a few more minutes to see if anybody else joins us before I make a start. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so I don't normally use tarot cards when I work. I have got them with me, but I tend to just connect straight to the spirit world for people. So I'm just hanging on for to see if a few more people join us, and then I'll get started. I don't know where anybody else is today, but hello. Hello, Ian. There's a few more people coming on now. I'm just giving it a minute or two for a few people to come in, and then I'll make a start. So when I work, I see, hear, and I sense the spirit world. I sometimes get smells and tastes as well. Sometimes I'm drawn to people, sometimes I'm not. So if you can understand the information I'm giving off, if you could just pop in the comments for me, that would be great. Thank you. And and if you can confirm if I'm right or wrong when I'm giving the information off, that would be good as well, because that helps me with my link. And I'll make a start in just a moment because they're already talking to me. I don't know where anybody else is coming from today, but where I am in the UK, it's very cold, miserable. It's a proper autumn day here today. Okay, so I'm going to make a start. I'm very aware of, hello Jean, I'm very aware of a gentleman with me. This gentleman is making me feel like he's coming through as dad. I'm getting that feeling that he's coming through to me as dad, and dad is taking me to his heart. So I want to say dad had got a heart condition before he passed to spirit there. And I'm 5'6", and I'm seeing him as being my height or slightly taller, but he wasn't over 6 foot tall. And it's coming through to me as, well, he's a lovely gentleman. He's very kind-hearted, and he's making me feel that he used to enjoy a laugh and a joke. Can anybody on here understand him for me, please? So I don't want to keep going on and on if none of you can understand him. He keeps taking me to his chest area here. I want to say that he got a breathing problem there before he passed the spirit. And granted, we all stop breathing before we pass, but I just feel his breathing was an issue for him. Can anybody understand this gentleman for me? He's making me feel like he's coming through as dad. Thank you, Raylene. Thank you. I'm getting the feeling there at one point that Dad was quite a heavy smoker there, and that I do feel he gave up, or at least cut down later on in life, but he is giving me the feeling, because I do feel like I've got like a breathing condition, like asthma or something wrong with my lungs there, as well as the heart condition he's just giving me. He's also making me feel he could be quite a stubborn gentleman, because I feel he was told, thank you. I feel he was told to stop smoking. Thank you. And I think he eventually did, but I think it took him a time to do it. But he's making me feel as well he wouldn't have gone to the doctors easily. It was something he would have kept putting off doing, and you would have had to have made him go to the doctors. He's coming through as a very independent person, and he's also making me feel like he was very, very hardworking. I'm not quite getting what he did for his job, but he's even making me feel that perhaps at one time he got 2 jobs at the same time, because it's like I feel like I've gone to work, I've come back, I've got changed, and I've gone to work again. But with Dad as well, it's this underlying sense of humour that he's coming through with there for you. He's making me feel like he liked to laugh, and he liked a joke, and that he was quite a social gentleman, because I can see him out with friends enjoying himself. Okay. Dad's talking to me because he's showing me a car, and I want to say someone in the family is having car problems at this moment in time. It's just, I'm not saying it's anything serious, but it's just giving me the feeling someone's been having an issue with their car. Because he keeps showing it me with the bonnet being up. It's like something's had to be fixed with it. And also there with him, okay. I keep hearing the name of Jack. I'm not saying Jack's his name, but I just feel that Jack connects in there with him somewhere as a family member. Can you still understand this for me, please, Raylene? And with Dad, he's just giving me this feeling of, okay, thank you. So it's Grandad I've got. But would you understand you were quite close to him, please? Because he's given me, thank you. He's just giving me the feeling that I don't want to replace your dad, but it's like he was almost like a second dad too. That's how he's making me feel. I can just feel that connection there that the two of you had got. And your granddad's saying to me there about, okay, he's making me feel at this moment in time there's a situation around yourself where you need to stand up for yourself more. He's giving, thank you. I knew it connected into him somewhere. And Grandad's making me feel that he would have spoken his mind and he would have stood up for himself. And Grandad's making me feel that's what you need to do at this moment in time. There's the feeling of you need to be standing up for yourself more and making your voice heard more. You're saying you've got a situation going on where people have like been trying to undermine your confidence, and he's saying thank you. He's just saying that, okay, he's just saying that you're better than that. Don't let people get to you, and stand up for yourself more. He's saying you deserve better, is what he's saying to me. You deserve better treatment. He's just given me May as well for a birthday somewhere in the family, and I want to say around the 15th of May there with him. And there's just that feeling there, like I say, of you needing, he's saying take no nonsense off anybody, take no nonsense off anybody. And he wants you to know as well, because he's making me feel you've been feeling a bit isolated, and he wants you to know that you're not on your own there, that you've got that you've got him. He's saying, I am still about, I am still here for you. Don't let people knock your confidence, and you go out there and do what you want to do with your life as well, is how he's making me feel. And if I said to you, Raylene, that he's giving you, I've seen like yellow roses with him. He's just making me feel that he wants to give them to you, to give you that bit of upliftment at this moment in time. And he keeps just showing me these beautiful yellow roses to pass on for you. And can I leave his love with you, please? And just know that he's about. Thank you. Right. Thank you for confirming that for me. He's a lovely, lovely gentleman. I'm seeing him as being very smartly dressed. Always took pride in his appearance. So, but if I just say to you, because I'm feeling stepping away now, but as I just say to you that I can just feel there's that much love there from him for you, and he just wants you to know that he's still about. So, thank you for working with me. Okay. So I'm becoming aware of a lady now. This lady is making me feel like she's coming through as mom, and mom is making me feel like she passed with a cancer condition. And with mom there, she's just giving me that feeling of there was a bit of delay in her diagnosis there. It was like they thought it was something else to start off with, and then they realised that she got a cancer condition. And I do feel in the end it did spread with her there. And again, she's probably, I'm 5'6", so she's probably about my height, and she's got a lovely, lovely energy there to work with. She's just making me feel that, yeah, she's just making me feel there's just a warmth to her. Oh, hello, Zoe. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that you know that. With your mom, there's just this feeling of as well. Right, okay, Kathleen. So there's a couple of you that are making me feel that I'm with you. Hang on, let's see, who do I draw on to? This lovely lady keeps giving me the name of Susan in connection with her. I'm not saying that's mom's name, but mom's saying the name of Susan fits in somewhere around her. Would either of you understand that for me, please? Because she's quite adamant that she's... You need to tell me who you're with, my darling. She's a lovely lady, but she's talking away 10 to the dozen. And she's got this very busy energy. It's like before she was poorly, she didn't stop. Thank you, Zoe. I do feel drawn to you, Zoe. Thank you, Kathleen. Just stay on, because I may be with you in a bit. I might get someone for you yet. So thank you, Zoe. But with your mom, Zoe, there's just this feeling of, even when she was poorly, she still tried to protect her family from what was going on, and she was more worried about you than she was herself. But she's also giving me the feeling there, Zoe, that somebody didn't quite make it to say goodbye to her at the end there, and she's saying whoever it is shouldn't feel guilty about it. There's just this feeling of Thank you. Thank you for confirming that. She's just given me that feeling that someone didn't quite get to see her before she passed. And she says they mustn't feel bad because I knew they loved me, and it really didn't matter. But she's also talking to me about somebody who gave her permission to go as well. Somebody said to her, it's okay, you can go and you will be all right, is what she's making me feel. And she's saying thank you from that. Okay, Zoe, thank you. Thank you. She's saying to you, then, don't feel bad about it. She understands. She understands. Okay? And she knows. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. But with your mom, she was just so kind-hearted, is how she's making me feel. She would have done anything for anybody to help anybody. She always put other people first, is how she's making me feel there. And there's just this feeling of people would come and ask your mum for advice because she's making me feel she was that open-minded. She sat and listened to people and she didn't judge them. And she would always do her best to help people, is how she's making me feel there. She's also making me feel, yes, she's a beautiful energy, but I also feel she'd got a connection to the spirit world herself. I also feel she believed in what we do as mediums. She believed in it, because I just feel she was a really spiritual person herself. That's how she's making me feel. And she's also given me that feeling of like, there's a, yes, thank you. I've been like a healer and healing. You're a medium. Thank you, Zoe. I knew there was a connection. I knew there was a connection somewhere, because she's just saying. But your mum's got that beautiful healing energy about her as well. It was like spending time with her helped anybody over any problem they'd got. Okay. She's just talking to me there about, okay. Yes, she is. She still is. I know you feel her around you a lot. She's making me very aware of that fact that she's around you a lot. And okay. Can you understand last month, September, for a birthday in the family? Because she keeps talking to me about September being an important month for the family. And I feel it's for a birthday, because it's almost like she's saying like, happy birthday, happy birthday. I can hear her saying. But she's also making me feel as, thank you, she's also making me feel as well that there's been a new arrival in the family somewhere since she's passed, because she's just making me aware of a baby that's been born as well. And there's talk there of, she keeps talking to me about her name being carried on as a baby or a child's middle name somewhere in the family. Okay, then I was slightly out, but I could just get the feeling, because I could just see her raising a glass and going cheers. And I'm not saying Mum was a drinker, because I don't feel she was, but just that feeling of celebration from her. And okay, Zoe, she's giving me the feeling that she's come through, because there's just, if I said at this moment in time, thank you, Zoe, thank you, she's just giving me that feeling at this moment in time. If I said you were questioning your mediumship in some way, it's almost like you're questioning whether you're on the right path with it or not, is how she's making me feel. And your mum's telling you need to follow your heart. You need to follow your heart, is what she's telling me, because there's just that, It's like you know what you want to do, but you're just frightened to take that step to do it, is how she's making me feel. Thank you. She's saying don't question yourself. You know it's what you should be doing, is what she's saying to me. You know it's what you should be doing. She's saying, please, please, please carry on with it. Do not stop doing your mediumship, is what she's saying to me, because it's something you're meant to do. That's what she's saying to me. It's something you're meant to do and you must carry on with it. She's that proud of you for doing it, is what she's saying to me. And she's saying you're meant to go out there and help people with your gift, is what I've just heard her say to me, with your gift. And I know as well she's leaving you signs around home, because she's just shown me a white feather that she's left there for you. I feel you finding feathers in like random places around the house there. Yeah, she's saying it is. She says, and don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever doubt yourself. I know we all do. All of us do it. But she's saying don't doubt yourself. And can I leave her love with you, please? Because she's a lovely, lovely lady. And there's so much love there coming from her for you. And she's just, yeah, she's such, yeah, she's such a beautiful energy to work with. Okay. Yeah, she's just saying, just be true to yourself and know I love you. Okay, thank you. Thank you for working with me, Zoe. Thank you. Okay, so thank you, Zoe. You're very welcome. Thank you, Mum. I couldn't have done it. You know, it's a joint effort. Okay, Kathleen. Let's see. Because I am aware of another lady with me. This lady, I'm getting the same feeling of how she passed. But with this lady, who I'm hoping is your mom, she's just giving me the feeling of being a very, very strong character and a very, very determined lady. There's just, I keep hearing the name of Sarah that I want to say is in connection with the lady I've got now. Thank you. She's also, how can I put this? She waited her turn to come through because they both came. Yes, she is. It was like, well, I'll just wait here. I'm not going to go until you've come to me next. That was the feeling she gave me. And it was as I brought Zoe's lovely mum through, I could feel your mum. There was just that bit of impatience there. When is it my turn? I'm going next. Just that feeling of that there with her. And also a stubbornness, because she's giving me the feeling that she sort of like delayed going to the doctors when she started to feel poorly, because she just kept thinking, well, I'll feel better tomorrow. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she did let Zoe's mum go first, but there was the determination of, I'll just wait here and I will come through. There's just that feeling there of, I don't think your mum liked fuss, so she's making me feel like she wouldn't have necessarily gone to the doctor straight away when she started to feel poorly. There was just that feeling of, oh, well, I'll leave it to next week until I feel any better. And it's like you had to encourage her to go. You had to encourage her to go. And that was part of the delay in her being diagnosed. She's another kind-hearted person who would have done anything for anybody, is what she's saying. But she'd stand her ground to people as well, because she's making me feel like I wouldn't take any nonsense off you. I wouldn't take any nonsense off you or anybody, is what she's saying to me. And she's making me feel she had a really, really hard life. Thank you for confirming that. It was like she had a hard life, bless her. And she's just given me that feeling of, I feel like she put this front up to people, and it was like she got a really hard, stern exterior to her at times, but deep down to her family and the people who knew her, there's just this feeling of this wonderful, kind, loving person. Your mum's talking to me. Yeah, you wouldn't. Your mum was the sort of lady that it didn't matter what she got going on, she just carried on, and she never showed her true feelings. There is how she's making me feel. And there's that feeling of, with her, of, I'll just put this brave face on and I'll just carry on. I'll just carry on. Now, she's showing me her rings, Kathleen, and I want to say the rings have been passed on since your mum's passed. I've got the feeling that somebody is wearing one of her rings at this moment in time, because she keeps taking me to my engagement ring, and my engagement ring was my nan's, and there's just that feeling there of her. There's that feeling there of her being proud that someone's wearing this ring now for her. And again with your mom, yes, thank you. Again with your, thank you. I knew somebody was wearing it because she kept showing me mine. She didn't have a lot of jewellery though, is what she's saying. She didn't wear a lot of, or have a lot of jewellery. But she's just showing herself to me as well. She always took great pride in her appearance there when she went out. I'm not saying she put loads of makeup on, but she always liked to look nice, is what she's saying to me. And she's the sort of lady as well that she did like to have a laugh and a joke at times with family, at family gatherings. She was all for her family. Everything she did was for her family. And with your mum there, okay, your mum's just making me feel at this moment in time there's somebody in the family who's just got a few hospital appointments that are due to come, or they've been going to them, and there's some more to come. Now, I'm not a doctor and neither's mum, but she just wants whoever it is to know that she's with them when they're there, and she is supporting them. That's what she wants this person to know. She just wants them to know she's about and she's supporting them at this moment in time. Whoever it is, again, he's just giving me that feeling of feeling a bit isolated at that moment in time. And I know where I am in the UK as the nights are starting to draw in, and it's, people do feel a bit more isolated and cut off from others. But your mum's just saying, just know I'm about, just know I'm about, and I'm always with you, is what she's saying to me. Okay. And Kathleen, yeah, thank you. She's saying to you, you need to take better care of yourself as well. Because she's saying you can't keep looking after everybody else all the time and not taking time out for you, which is what she's making me feel you do. You worry and look after everybody else and you're not taking any time out for yourself. She's just giving me that feeling that you need to look after yourself a bit better. She said, because if you don't and you're not well, then you can't keep helping other people. You have to look after yourself first, is what she's saying. And can I leave her love with you, and thank you for working with me. Thank you. Okay. She's saying you are, and she wouldn't have taken her own advice, is what she's just said to me. Right, okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Kathleen. You'd be amazed. There's so many families fall out. It's It's not true. There's a falling out in my family at the moment. You're very welcome. Just know she's about and she's with you. Just know she's about and she's with you. I'm always about, and she's saying, just take care of yourself. All right. And I'll leave her love with you, and thank you for working with me. Okay, so I'm very aware now of a younger gentleman, well, I say a younger man with me, and this young man is making me feel he's not that old, late teens, early 20s. I'm feeling he's quite a tall young man because he's quite a bit taller than I am. He's quite a slim build, and he's taking responsibility for his own passing back to the spirit world. Because all as I keep hearing him say is, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm not quite getting the link. He's making me feel like a friend or a cousin. It's a bit of a more distant link I'm picking up on with him. And he's also making me feel that there'd been a cry for help before him actually passing. So there'd been a cry for help before. I'm just getting that impression with him that he could be the life and soul of the party one day, and then the next day feel really low and under the weather. Can anybody understand him for me, please? Because he's quite adamant he wants to come through. I just keep hearing him. Hello, Jennifer. Thank you. I just keep hearing him say, Jennifer, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he's giving me a feeling that even when he did actually pass to spirit, it was another cry for help that went wrong rather than him actually intending to pass. Thank you. Thank you. He was a lovely, lovely young man. He's just making me feel that he didn't open up and talk to people about how he was feeling. It's like he bottled it up and he didn't tell people what he felt or what he was going through. Is how he's making me feel there. Thank you, Jennifer. There's that feeling there as well of, I feel he was frightened to talk to people because he didn't think people would understand how he felt. And he was worried people wouldn't accept him for who he was as well. Okay. He's making me feel he was, if I want to use the word different, he was different is the word I want to use. And he couldn't handle, and he didn't think people would be able to handle how he was. There's that much emotion coming from him. It was like he felt he couldn't be free to live the life he wanted to lead, is what he's saying to me. And I don't want to go into too much more detail because obviously we're on a public, thank you, Jennifer, but it's just we're on a public page, so I'm trying to be careful of what information I give. I also feel with him that when he did try to reach out, I don't think he actually got the help he needed. I think like the system let him down as well. It was like the help wasn't there for him that he needed at the time. Because I'm actually feeling and seeing him as being, on a good day, a happy, outgoing, lovely, caring young man is what he's making me feel. But he's also just given me the feeling was He couldn't, it was almost like he couldn't see a way out of the problem he was in. And I do feel if he'd have just opened up and talked to the people who loved him, they would have understood. But there was just that fear of doing that with him. You see, I'm seeing him as well as liking a good time, liking to go out and enjoy life like most young people do. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's that non-compliance bit that is coming through so strong. Yeah. If I said to you he felt ashamed of himself at times, it's like, and yeah, thank you. But although he was 32, he's making me feel like he acted younger than he was. You wouldn't have thought he was 32. He was younger at heart, is how he's making me feel. And he's talking to me as well about, I want to say, a sister that he left behind when he passed. And I do feel he was close to his sister. And he's just talking to me. It was almost like he's saying to me, he couldn't accept who he was, so how would his family accept him? That sort of feeling. He couldn't accept who he was himself. But he keeps taking me to his sister, and he keeps saying, I am sorry. Right, okay. Thank you then. Because he's giving me the feeling of being close to another female member of the family. So apologies from me. I assumed it was his sister. But I do feel of all the people, it was you he opened up to or talked to the most. And if I said to you as well, because he's giving me the feeling that somebody put a letter and a rose into his coffin with him when he passed. He must. Okay. But you know, Jennifer, it's like he's come through to talk to you, to say to you, that you need to open up more and talk to people more than you actually are. He's saying he never really asked for help, and he's just making me feel at this time and moment, thank you, Jennifer, thank you, because he's showing me I want to say thank you. Yeah, he's showing me, he's got a letter in his hand, he's showing it to me, and he's saying thank you. Thank you. And I've just heard him say, tell her I hope she can forgive me. I hope she can forgive me. He's saying to you, don't be frightened to reach out and ask other people for help more if you need it. Okay? He's just saying that we all need help at times, all of us. And I'm not saying you're in the same place he was, but he's just saying to me, don't make the mistakes that I did. Please ask people around you for help. And it may just be help with, how can I put this, general life, or he's saying just, oh, bless you, are you all right for me to carry on? I didn't want to make you cry. He's just saying to you, just remember, because you support everybody else, is what he's saying to me. You're always there for everybody. And he's saying, don't you forget, you need to ask at times if you need somebody as well. All right. That's what he's saying to you. And Okay, thank you. He's saying to you, you need to go out and live your life how you want to live it, and be yourself and be true to yourself, is what he's saying to you. He's giving me the feeling that you'd planned to do something together just before he passed. As in, you were planning to go on a holiday or a night out. There was something you intended to do together and you never got a chance to do it. You've been talking about it. And he's saying, you've got to go and do it. You've got to go and do it, is what he's saying to me. And he's saying, just remember to look after yourself and thank you for what you did for me. Okay. And I can feel him stepping back now. So can I leave his love with you and thank you for working with me? He's such a lovely, he's absolutely fine now, he's saying to you. Don't worry about me anymore. I'm absolutely fine. Okay. I am absolutely fine, is what he's saying. I'm absolutely fine. He said, but whatever you were planning to do, he said, go and do it and enjoy it, is what he's saying. Do it for me. Okay. And I'll leave his love with you, because he's such a lovely young man. And thank you for working with me. Okay. You're very welcome, Jennifer. Thank him as well. I'm sorry I didn't get his name, but thank your cousin as well, because like I say, you know, it's a joint effort. I couldn't do it without, if Spirit didn't work with me. Okay. You're very welcome. Thank him as well. You're very, very welcome. Okay, so now I've got a lady with me, and she is making me feel like she's coming through as Nan. I want to say grandmother, because Nan's a bit of a UK or black country word to call your grandmother. She's making me feel like she's coming through as grandmother. She's taking me to her heart as the reason for her passing, but she also making me feel she got like swelling and a problem with her legs before she passed. And I know with this lovely lady, okay, she keeps giving me the name of Kath. I'm not saying it's her name, but she keeps giving me the name of Kath there with her. And this, I'm laughing with her because she's such a determined lady. She's quite a character, and it's a character she's coming through with, because she's just given me that feeling she wouldn't have took any nonsense off anybody in this life, bless her, in her physical life, because she's just, I can just see her doing this and telling people off. You knew if you crossed her. Okay. And of all things, she's showing me like with her rollers in her hair. Can anybody understand her for me, please, as grandmother? She's very, very determined to come through. Thank you, Alison. And I'm glad you can take it as Nan, because that's how I felt it as well. Would you understand the rollers, though, in her hair, Alison? Because that's what she keeps showing me. Her rollers, like in her hair, when she was having her hair done, or putting her hair in rollers to go to bed. Bless her soul, it got that wave in it the next day, that curl. Okay. She's, right, okay. So I've got Patricia as well. Do either of you understand the name of, she always had her hair done? Okay. Can either of you understand the name of Kath, though, in connection with this lady? Because she keeps saying the name to me over and over and over again. And there's just that feeling, I'm seeing her like in a house coat as well, like doing a dusting, because she liked her house to look just nice as well. You understand, Kath? Thank you to the lady. I'm sorry who's been commenting, but I do actually feel like I'm with Alison, but just bear with me, because like before, I may have your Nan with me as well. So just bear with me and I'll work with Alison first. Okay. I'm seeing this lady. Yes. Thank you, Alison. That's what I'm seeing. but she got lots and lots and lots of ornaments around everywhere, is what she's showing me. Like little ornaments all around the shelves in the house that she was dusting. And I know it was her era, but she's showing me the very, very old-fashioned as well, the open coal fires that she used to have, which obviously created more dust. But thank you. But I can just see her dusting and dusting and dusting all these different ornaments that she used to have. And I'm not saying any of them were expensive, but they were just everywhere. And she's showing me an old-fashioned coal fireplace, but she's showing me with like beige coloured, very faint beige coloured tiles around the surround as well. That's what I'm seeing with her. And the old-fashioned like poker set to the one side. And she's giving me the feeling that once she'd made right, thank you. Yeah, I was going to say she was on about the coal dust. She's making me feel that she was the sort of lady who was very, very down to earth. And she'd got no airs or graces. What you saw with your nan was what you got. And she was very, like, she just said what she got to say. She spoke her mind, is how I'm feeling there. Thank you. But of all things, she's showing me making pastry. And I know, because my nan used to make pastry, but she's not showing me using a rolling pin. She's showing me like using a milk bottle to roll a pastry out with, of all things. But she's making, yes, she was very down to earth, but she keeps taking me back to this pastry, and she's making me feel it was because she used a milk bottle, because the milk bottle went in the fridge first, so as it was cool to roll a pastry out with. That's what she's telling me. She's telling me here how to make pastry, bless her. Thank you. And she's also just giving me that feeling as well of every time you went round a house, the teapot was always on, and you always had a cup of tea, not a mug, a proper cup and saucer of tea is what you had. And bless her, the sugar cubes she's showing me there as well. Which is making me feel there'd always be biscuits or a few cakes or something that she'd made herself for you to eat when you were around there. And I can just hear the radio going in the background with her. And she keeps talking to me about the month of June there for an anniversary as well. And, okay. Yes, she keeps giving me. Okay. Thank you. I should have got that. I love ginger biscuits. But she's just making me laugh as well. She's making me feel when she did laugh, she got quite a chuckle there to her. But she's also making me feel she always knew what everybody else had got going on. She didn't miss anything. So she knew all the latest gossip, and she knew what everybody was doing. And she always took great interest in what her family was doing. And of all things, I've just been shown, of all things, the Enid Blyton famous 5 books that my nan used to read for me when I was young. She used to give them to me, read them for me, and then when I could read them myself, I read them myself. But there's just that connection there with her. It's like she encouraged people. Thank you. She didn't miss anything, but it was in a nice way, because if somebody needed a help, she would have helped them, is what she's saying to me. But she always knew everything that was going on. It was funny. And with your nan there, I feel, Alison, that she's come through today to encourage you. It's like she wants to encourage you to carry on. I want to say you're thinking of learning something new, even if it's just a hobby. There's just something new that you want to do in life, something you've always wanted to learn or study, or a hobby you wanted to take up is what. And she's just encouraging you to do that. She's making me feel that she used to knit as well, because I can see a pair of knitting needles there for some reason. And I'm not saying that's what you want to do, but it's just that feeling of just if there's something you want to do in life, go on and do it, is what she's saying to me. Don't keep putting it off. Don't keep putting it off. If you want to do something, get out there and do it. Not that anything bad's going to happen, but she's saying, just why keep putting it off? She said, you're more than capable of doing anything. Thank you. There's more than capable of doing anything in this life. Okay, thank you. But there's that feeling of, if you want to do something, just go and do it, is what she's saying to me. Just go and do it. She's showing me a pair of earrings. They're gold earrings. And I know you've just mentioned earrings, crystal bracelets and earrings, blah. But she's just talking to me. I want to say she got a pair of gold earrings that look like a flower, because she's showing me her ears all of a sudden. There's a pair of earrings that look like a flower, and she's telling me there's a matching necklace to go with them somewhere. Now, it's either something she had, because I don't feel she had much, bless her, but it's something she had, or it's something you've got, because she keeps showing them to me in my mind. Thank you. Thank you. And she's just saying to you, like I've said, just do what you want to do. Don't keep putting it off. Just follow your heart and do what you feel is right for you. Do what you feel is right for you. Because she's saying whatever you set your mind to do, you'll make a success of it. Okay? And can I leave her love with you, Alison, and thank you for working with me? Because I'm just aware that I've still got another lady here who's saying she's Nan as well. And she passed similar to your Nan. And I just feel she's for the other lady who was commenting. And I just want to make sure before I run out of time that I've got this other lady's message through as well. But can I leave your Nan's love with you, Alison? And thank you for working with me, because I feel if I don't, she'll clip me around the ear, bless her. She was that sort of character. No, you're very welcome, Alison, and thank you, Nan, for coming through as well. She's just saying, just know I'm still about and I'm still with you. I'm still with you is what she's saying to you. It's like she's cheering you on, is what I can see. I don't know if the other lady's still on who thought Alison's Nan was your Nan, but I do think I may still have your Nan here who's waiting to come through. Thank you, Patricia. Patricia, with your Nan, very, very similar in character to the lovely lady I've just brought through. But with your Nan, I feel she was a bit softer spoken. She did say what she wanted to say, but she thought about it more before she said it, if that's being polite. And again, with your Nan, great pride in her appearance there. And I've got a lady, I'm seeing somebody wearing like in the very thin, like the thin dress neck scarves that ladies wear in different colours. That's what I'm seeing, Patricia, with your nan. So it's either your nan or you that wear these scarves, because I'm seeing her. And whoever it is loves colour. Whoever it is loves colour. Would you be able to confirm that's right for me, please, so I know I'm definitely still with you? But with this lady I've got now, the lady I've got now, of all things, I want to say, show me a budgie in a cage. I'm seeing a blue, white and black budgie in a cage there with her, and I can hear it whistling. So if you could just confirm I'm on the right track with this, Patricia, so I know I'm definitely with you, that would be great, because I don't want to keep giving information if I'm actually with the wrong person. You can take this, Ashley. Thank you. Just bear with me. I'll see if Patricia can take it as well. Patricia. Okay, thank you. Patricia, if you can't take this, I'm sorry. And apologies that I haven't got your nan. But I do feel now drawn to Ashley. But all as I'll say to you, Patricia, is just know that your nan and your loved ones are in the same place. And if there's any element of the two messages I've just given that you can take and it brings you some comfort, please do. Okay, thank you, Ashley. Ashley, with your nan, she keeps showing me this budgie, and I can hear it whistling. Would you know whether somebody actually taught this budgie to swear as well? Because I can hear a bird swearing as well in the background. Not bad swearing, but I can hear it swearing. I'm still not going to repeat what I can hear. Thank you. Thank you. It's just that, yes. It's like it was your nan's bird, but Grandad taught it to swear, is what I want to say. That's what I want to say, because I am all of a sudden becoming aware of Grandad there as well. He's just stepping forward as well. But it's your nan who wants to do most of the talking, and I feel that's what they were like in the physical world. Your Grandad would speak to you, don't get me wrong, but I just feel it was Nan that always did most of the talking there. And with Nan, again, there's that feeling of her liking things to be done right. So it's like, okay. Again, she was tidy with her house. I'm not saying she was posh though, but she did like to be tidy. Because of all things, she's showing you making your Grandad leave his boots on the doorstep outside when they were muddy. That's what she's showing me, and she's laughing about it. And she was very, very, she was a very practical lady, is how she's making me feel there. But she was very stubborn, because she's just making me feel like she's digging her heels in about, thank you, about wanting to talk to me and wanting to come through. There's just that feeling of, I'll do this on my terms as well. She knew her own mind. Excuse me. Cold tea's lovely. I'm just feeling, excuse me. Thank you. I'm just feeling there with Nan. She had a cough there towards the end as well, because that's the feeling. She's just giving me this feeling in my throat and a tickly cough there with her. Thank you. And she's making me feel she was very traditional. So, like, your nan looked after your house and your granddad looked after the garden. And that's how they worked. It's how she's making me feel. Excuse me. Ashley, would you want... Thank you. Okay, thank you. Then that's your nan's way of letting you know that she's about. Asking her to take it off so I can give you your message. But with Nan, she was like a force to be reckoned with. There was no stopping her, is how she's making me feel. And I feel until she started to get quite a bit older, she always liked to get the family round until she couldn't cope with doing it anymore. It's this feeling of having a family all around her and having, like, in family parties and family get-togethers. And it was like Nan kept the family together. And I just feel since Nan's passed, the family's drifted apart a bit. And there's even been that bit of a falling out, shall we say, somewhere in the family since Nan's passed. Okay. Okay, I've got to give this, because she's not going to take this feeling, this cough away from me until I've she's making me feel that somebody in the family at the moment isn't very well and they've got a really bad cough. Is how she's making me feel. She's making me feel it's only like a general cough and cold that's going around at the moment, but she's just making me feel there's somebody who's under the weather. Thank you for confirming that about the family. And I'm sorry to hear it. It's such a shame. But Nan there, of all things, she wants to give me honey and lemon on a spoon. Like the traditional old... Oh, okay. Thank you, Ashley. She's given me the traditional, like the honey and the lemon and the stuff they would have used back in the day. when they weren't very well. Because she's talking to me. I'm not telling you not to take anything. Don't take this the wrong way, because I'm not a doctor. But what Nan's talking to me about is like some of the traditional things that you could use as well for a cough and a cold to help, as well as taking the things we've got today. Thank you. Yeah, that's all she's saying. She's not saying not to take cough medicine or paracetamol or anything like that you need. She's just saying some of the old-fashioned remedies might just give you a bit of relief there. Okay, no, she stopped now. I've told you that. She was very, very determined lady, and she wouldn't stop. She wouldn't stop for anyone, is what she's saying. She keeps giving me the month of February, and I feel that's important for a birthday in the family. She did. She's telling me that. She did. She did. The other thing, my nan always used to give me, when I got a cough and cold, some butter. She'd get a teaspoon of butter and roll it in the sugar and give me that. It was absolutely vile. Right. Okay. Okay, Ashley. That's why she's talking about February. Apologies. I didn't realise it was a passing. I'm not aware of your son, Ashley, but all as I know is your nan wants you to know that he is okay. He is okay. That's what she wants you to know. She's looking after him for you, is what she's saying. Okay. She's just giving me the feeling of okay. She's just giving me that feeling of, if I was with you in person, Ashley, at this moment in time, it's like your nan wants to give you a big hug. That's what I'm feeling from her. She wants to give you a big, big hug. And it's like she's saying to you, don't rush things. Go at your own pace. Oh, bless you, Ashley. Bless you. She's got all of them. She's saying they're all safe with her. Yeah. And she's saying to you, do you know, there is just so much love there for you from her. And honestly, she just wants to give you a hug and to let you know they're all with her. She's looking after all of them for you. And that, okay, she wants you to know that she's always with you. She's always around you. And she's saying she's that proud of you. And to carry on dealing with things in your own way, okay? She said you need to do what's right for you and cope in the way you feel best, okay? They're all sending you their love. They're all sending you their love. And she's just saying, just do what you feels right for you. Don't let other people try and push you along or tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. She's saying it's what's right for you that's important, not what's right for other people. Okay. Okay. She's showing me a light bulb flicking on and off. And I want to say somewhere in your house, you've got a light that's playing you up somewhere. And it's just her way of letting you know that she's about. Okay. She's saying, just remember, I'm always about. Because she's making, again, that feeling of isolation with you at times. And she's saying to let you know how much she loves you. Okay. Thank you. Can I leave their love with you, Ashley? They just want you. She just wants you to know they're all there and they all love you. Thank you. They're just letting you know they're still with you. That's their way of saying we're still here. Okay. With the light. And I'll leave her love with you and thank you for working with me. Well, thank you to everybody who has come on and to everybody. You're welcome, Ashley. Honestly, there's just so much love there. There truly, truly is. So they're saying we're all still with you. All right. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who I've had the privilege of working with today. And thank you to Spirit World for working with me. I'm not aware of anybody else at the moment to bring through, but hopefully I'll get the chance to come on again and work with you all one day soon. So, and can I leave the Spirit World to love with you all and thank you all very much.